Hey there, Ruth. How's it going? My name is to your business online, and the reason I'm doing this is because I know veterinarians are often busy when they're for, and I know how I. So I want to help out in any way that I can. If you like the video and want to learn more, not, not no worries at all. Just have. First thing I like to cover is the web. So on a website, you want to make sure that there is enough information on it, and the reason why is because when there's more information you have, the more it's a better idea of what it is and what it does, so that it's so you so you are searching for your. And with this content, you want to have words which are basically just make sure you're more very familiar with them. And you words that are embedded, content, something that's important, and if words are not in your site, so seeing at 400 words at the moment, and I went ahead did the same thing for your top competitor in the market. These guys are sitting at 609 words. Totally want to make sure you have the proper and for obviously like, well, how much content should I have, right? And studies have shown that Google prefers for there to be on a right. So we're gonna head on over to Simba and keywords, right? So for keywords, guys are sitting, guys are having to create and just a little bit of a tip with keywords. We don't want just any type of keywords placed on a website. We want to be keywords. And keywords with those are outstanding, just getting your out there, but it's not ideal to heavily rely on keywords with your business name because not everyone knows your business name. So new pet owners, people who don't really go outside much, or just like stuff like people like that will not be able to find you guys, will have trouble finding you guys because they don't really know what your business. I'll give you, all right. So heading over here to your area, these guys are looking at about 546, and they're bringing over 1,700 visitors to their website per month. And let's just go and take a look at yours. All right. Okay, so this right here, this is a perfect example. This is a very great example of a word that you want to have on your website. It's basically what you do, service, what you do, and then like location, right? They're perfect examples to use just to show you what I mean by putting keywords, right? So someone can easily search a veterinary hospital in Williamsburg. Okay, this right here, what a keyword is, and then we're just going to cover this entire thing. So this right here, this is going to go into the second thing I wanted to map listing. This is basically your business's name, address, and phone number, aka your site. Basically, one of the things is your citations, right? Which is the second thing I wanted to cover. So being in these three areas is ideal because this is where people click. The higher you are, the more you get. And in order to get up in this section, you want to have what are known as, you want to have site, right? You want to have name, address, and challenges of the web. And the reason why is because want, you want to have more than your competitor, which will allow Google to trust you more than them, and then they will bump you up above them, right? So that's how this area works. There are tools out there that allow us to see what citations competitors have, and then we just go grab for you guys, right? But we don't want to match anyone because we want it to take a long time for them to come up. So we just want to double or triple 200 of those to knock out the competition slide. And citations are, for example, like placing your information on Facebook, BBB, Yelp, City Star, just places like that are some common examples. Right now, heading into the last thing I'd like to cover, and this is going into and backlinks are basically just a way to get power to your website. So ideal is to be in these top areas. You guys are sitting in the top two, so that's actually really, really so for that. So you guys are sitting in the top two areas and top three areas, and um, it is ideal to obviously be in the top three because that's where people click. The higher you are, the more clicks you get. And in order to get up here in this section, you want to have what are known as, the backlink. And a backlink is when one website links to another website online. So think of it as like a bit of content, right? So you have an article or a blog, talking about, dog care or best places to get flea and tick prevention, stuff like that. There's a lot more to have, guys, right? Because not all backlinks are. So that's kind of the idea. To so much just take now. You guys are sitting at overall of these are your things at the moment. You guys are sitting at over me. And then your top competitor, these guys are sitting at about 800. And you might be wondering, well, I have a lot more than them, so why the heck aren't I? And it's how do I explain? So looking at here the referring data, so yeah, you guys may have a little over 1,000, but out of those 1,000, yeah, 7 of those are considered unique. And what I mean by that is you can have one website like your website, 1,000 times. Right? That'll go by one. And the more unique, the more better, the more right. That's out or maybe good to out, whoever can just to make sure you're getting quality guys with guys have a bit. So that's just kind of my myself. I'm totally cool with that. However, if you just want someone who's honest about it, your with the animal, just run and add and see what, about what I can do. Guys, otherwise, have a nice day.